You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers.
Of YouTube, if you are familiar with tonight's conversation, then you would be particularly interested in this. Now, I don't know the full extent of what occurred on the show. Two individuals that I know of has recently been terminated from that spot. I used to watch them, not hardcore, but this is what I want to say. My pros and cons, right? I love shows where you have a diversity of men and women, especially in terms of personality, because you don't want everybody to be monotone. You want folks to be animated. It brings more life to the conversations. That's what I liked about this show. It had that. The depth of the show, it went there. It did. They did touch on a lot of different things that I speak on or other creators speak on similar. They just had their own spin. But honestly, for me personally, what I really didn't like about it was this. It's always this thing where people like, especially with I don't know, it's someone's always talking over the person. When you're having a discord and you're trying to get your bars off, and someone's constantly interrupting you as you speak, I can't stand that. I absolutely can't stand that. And the women on this show, they got under my skin a lot with that. A lot. You really gotta bark and just to get your points across a lot of the time. But they did have some great conversations up there. What I found interesting about finding out that one of the women and one of the men actually left was that what he did specifically was no different than a lot of other people have done, which is grift and try to pander to a certain demographic of people because your own goals were completely different than the ultimate mission. You're lying to these women, or you're just basically telling them everything that they want to hear, except for what they need to hear. And nobody was really giving much pushback. And that's one thing I didn't like about that show. The dude would always be kissing ass and would never really be like, look, you're effing delusional. Like some of this stuff, like you got to take this one on the chin. Like, come on, man. And then on the flip side, like you had a mixture of dude. I don't. You had a opportunity to get through to a lot of the brokenness that is in our culture with these men and women. And what you chose to do is look at your wallet and choose your wallet over the quality of the content that you put out, all because you didn't want to run nobody away by telling them something that might be helpful when you're just being more hurtful than helpful. moving forward with the show, I don't know if it's over. I don't know if it's going to be what it used to be. I don't know if they're going to replace the gentleman and the young lady. I don't know how that's going to work. People who were looking for like the funny and for that specific jokey type of thing, they're going to lose a lot of their audience for her because she was very animated. But I don't know. How do y'all feel about this? Would you prefer a show that was just people being just completely logical, like their humor isn't like loud, but is there, is just not like over the top? Or would you? I asked a driver this, so I'm asking you because I would rather have quality over quantity. I don't want to listen to you for 10 minutes trying to get your point across. Like you could have finished saying what you were saying within 2 minutes, but because they keep talking over you and interrupting you, it takes you 10 minutes to get to your destination. I can't stand shit like that. Let them get their stuff off, then you finish. But then also, I don't like when people are putting band-aids on scars and wounds when you should be ripping band-aids off and telling people what the fuck it really is. Stop lying to these people. I mean, that's just me. Hopefully this isn't like the end of the show and they can bounce back. I don't really think they're going anywhere. So me personally, I know who they are. You might not know who they are. I just felt like I needed to share my thoughts on it because there's different versions of why a person got fired and this, that, and I don't really care about that more or less than having quality and having people that's going to be a service to the show. And it's not ratchet and hood and you know what I'm saying? Not to say I know a lot of people ain't gonna like me saying that, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. You want to enjoy the content and the creators that present it. You want to be educated. You want to learn something. In the same breath, though, can we accomplish what we are here for? That's all I'm saying. You spend more time trying to get out what you're trying to get out versus actually saying whatever it is that I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. And a Happy New Year.